What? Whose phone is that?
My phone?
How is it destroyed?
I just put it in. I put it in the water too much.
Wow.
Hi guys, it's Max from HighOnAndroid.com, where we get
Order of day.
Anyway, I destroyed my Galaxy S9 and my Pixel 2 XL in salt water. Today, I'm going to scientifically explain why you should not use your smartphone in salt water. Let's go ahead and take a closer look. So first, I took the back glass off. Nothing too unusual here. Upon taking the plastic enclosure off, ouch! Salt water had literally corroded many of the smaller chips, rendering my Galaxy S9 Plus completely useless that I paid about $1,000 for. Now, this happened while in water and my phone shut off while recording video of corals while I was snorkeling on day 2. You can also see some rust forming already. This is bad. Alright, taking a closer look at the back glass cover, you can clearly see where the salt water seeped through on the bottom camera lens housing. I imagine it was the USB port that had corroded, which also corroded too. Now, what most likely happened was that in my first day outing, I did not rinse off the phone and some of the salt water driplets had got into the camera housing and I suspect there was some metal there. And in my second day out, the corrosion that happened during the first dry off on day 1 made the camera housing weak and the salt water just came through. And I admit I actually took this phone like 10 feet underwater while diving and I think that didn't help either. Taking it further apart to see any more damage, the camera was just fine. Upon taking the motherboard off, you can clearly see salt water is bad for the phone. But actually, the Galaxy S9 Plus held up pretty well as this showed evidence of small amount of salt water entering the phone. It definitely didn't fill up the whole internals with salt water. At least I'll be able to fix it with the new motherboard. On the opposite side, you can see that none of the salt water actually touched the back. Upon inspecting the metal frame, also salt had not affected much other than this small evidence of salt by the screw hole here. Upon inspecting the LCD flex cable, there was no damage. The good news is that I should be able to reuse most parts including the AMOLED screen fine. Now, initially I thought water had entered through the USB Type-C port. Upon taking a closer look at the USB module, no salt water actually entered it. But the metal connections on the outside of the USB port were definitely corroded. And this is obviously because I didn't rinse off my phone. Upon taking the camera module apart from the motherboard, you can clearly see where the salt water had entered the phone by the second camera, and that aligns with the back glass where the water had entered. Also taking a look at the fingerprint sensor, the adhesive held up just fine. Overall, the motherboard was destroyed, but everything else was fine. I should be able to repair this with the new motherboard. Now, after breaking my S9 Plus, I started using my Pixel 2 XL and I was very careful to rinse off the phone. But it still broke on day 2, not in water, but after I dried it and charged it the next day. Upon taking the screen off the Pixel 2 XL, there was no apparent damage from the salt water. Upon taking the housing off, there was no apparent damage here either. After taking the motherboard apart, there was zero water damage. In fact, the innards of the Pixel 2 XL was squeaky clean. No evidence of salt water entering or any type of water. Now, I suspected that USB port might have corroded and shorted the phone. Upon taking the USB module apart, there was no damage to the internal part, but there was clear corrosion at the connections of the USB port. It seems that even after I rinsed the phone, some of the salt driplets remain on the phone USB port, and when they dried, it corroded the USB metal connections. I think if I used a toothbrush to rinse it off and make sure the USB port was free of salt water, I think I would have been just fine. Now, this is probably easily fixable with a USB module replacement, which I ordered already on eBay for $40, and I'll give you an update once I fix it. Alright guys, so other than the motherboard, everything is actually looking pretty good. The LCD was sort of important, wasn't affected by the salt water. The only thing really affected by the salt water was the motherboard. So I may have to wait around a month or two or a couple months until there's some used motherboards out on the market. But with a brand new motherboard, I should be able to take this back into pretty good condition again. All right, I'll have a video on that eventually. But right now I'm gonna leave my Galaxy S9 Plus in these Ziploc bags. All right, as far as the Pixel 2 XL, water actually did not seep into the phone at all. The only thing that was actually broke was the USB Type-C port, which is actually on the outer portion of the phone. Now, I've already ordered a new USB flex cable, which is what I need to replace. It's like $40 on eBay. And I should have an update on that once I fix it. So can you use your smartphone in the water? I still think you can, because I did also use the LG G6 multiple times, and I do have a video of me snorkeling with it, so check that out too. But the only difference with the LG G6 that I did different from these two is that I made sure to rinse it out real well right after. The problem with the S9 Plus, I mean, the first time you go in salt water, all your seal's gonna be intact. Your phone is actually gonna hold up pretty well. You know, the problem with this one was that the first time I went in the salt water, that was day one, and I forgot to rinse it off. And what I suspect is some of the salt water got into the camera housing, maybe little droplets of it, but made it corrode when it dried out. And then the next day I tried it, that's when water started seeping into the camera housing. But you know what? After this experience of breaking two phones, that's almost like $1,800. I mean, you take your $1,000 phone in the salt water and you break it and it's not usable anymore. Probably cheaper to buy the GoPro Hero 6 Black, which I bought for 400 bucks. I don't know, I got a little scared after that, so that's why I bought this. Also, I always wanted to get one. The new one is waterproof and stuff, so I'll have a review on this too. So overall, if you absolutely have to use your phone in the salt water, I think you still can. Just make sure you rinse off everything, really get every corner. And as far as the charging port, this is probably where it's gonna corrode the most. Even if you rinse it off, because the hole's so small and it may create like a vacuum, or some of the salt droplets may stay in there and may corrode. Use like a toothbrush and make sure you rinse off all of that salt driplets. And I think you can still use it in salt water. If you're taking your brand new smartphone in salt water, just don't. Just get a GoPro. It's so much better quality, so much better stabilization. I'm not actually too sad at all. I'm actually glad that I took it to the limit and was able to figure out exactly why these phones failed in salt water. But yeah, salt water, probably not good for your phone. Have a great day, and as always, stay